All right, everybody, welcome back for another episode of the. What are you laughing about? This is the Bourbon Life Postcast, and I can say welcome back because this is our second time.
This is our second, so you can.
I can say welcome back. So welcome back.
You've been waiting 7 days now to say welcome back.
You know, that's all I could think about tonight during the podcast recording session, Matt, was the fact that once we finished, we could come out here and do this video and I could say, welcome back to the Postcast. And you know what? I like the name Postcast. Matt came up with that name. And, you know, I was going to call it, what did I want to call it? The after podcast, like the after party.
Yeah, a couple of real party
guys. Look what we got here, man. But, you know, yeah, so Matt came up with the Postcast, which I think that's a great name, Matt. So you asking great questions on the podcast, you came up with a great name for the Postcast. So, Matt, what did you think about tonight's episode?
I thought tonight's episode was really, really great. We had on from Bently Heritage out in Minton, Nevada, we had Johnny Jeffery, who's the master distiller out there and a Midwesterner at heart, so someone I could relate to.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, you guys were like two peas in a pod, you Midwestern people. Gosh.
Yeah. So we had Johnny on, and unfortunately, we didn't have any of their product to sample, which really was unfortunate, and I feel like a disservice to all of you all out there because Johnny came with so much knowledge and is so knowledgeable.
He did, man.
It was a shame that we weren't able to try any of his stuff, but stick with it a couple of years, and you will get to try their bourbon, rye, and also malted whiskey. So
yeah, man. They've got some vodkas out right now. They got some gin out as well. They've only got 5 states distribution. They're in Nevada, like you said. They're about 30 minutes from Lake Tahoe, but they've got stuff out there in California, Arizona, Nevada, and 2 other states. But all their whiskey is in barrel still. And I respect that, you know, because it's easy to say, hey, you know, we got a product, and their product is right at 2 years old from what he said, but they weren't ready to release it. They wanted to wait at least, he said, I guess 2022, right?
Yeah.
What he said?
Yeah. It would also be really easy for them to just source in the meantime to pull some profits in and at least get their name and get some skin in the game. But they're waiting. They're doing it all. And you should hear the story about everything that they have going on out there and where they're getting their grains and their water and everything from, because it's really interesting.
It is. It's a great story, and I'm really excited for what these guys are doing, and can't wait eventually to be able to taste their whiskeys. Mm-hmm. But you know, wish we could have had some of the vodka and gin, even though we're the Bourbon Life. I mean, we're still open to other stuff. So tonight we tasted a few.
That has never stopped me before.
Never has stopped me. Exactly right, Matt. So tonight we tasted a few different things, and these are items that most people can find, I would say, at their local. Most of them. Eagle Rare might be a little hard.
This might give you a little bit of a time finding, and I've actually gone looking for the Four Roses single barrel before and found it out of stock. Okay. But certainly not in an allocated way. They just didn't have any on stock at the time.
Yeah.
We wanted to stick with something that we could find here, of course, in Central Kentucky, but also saying that our guest out in Minton, Nevada, which is not the biggest metro ever.
Not at all.
The fact that our guest was able to find these and have these on stock as well is just proof that this is stuff that you all can be drinking too. Yeah,
and the Angel's Envy, this is the standard finished in the port wine barrels. So, we're not going to talk about what we thought about it. You guys will have to listen to the episode on Friday when it releases. But we really had a good time. You know, now I was concerned, Matt, going into this because we didn't have their stuff, their product to drink. But man, Johnny was, just like you said, so knowledgeable, graduate from Michigan State. In their distilling program up there, like Ari, you know, had worked there from Three Chord. We talked to Ari and Neil with Three Chord a few months ago. Michigan State obviously has a great program up there, and Johnny's a graduate from up there, and really excited to see what they're gonna be putting out, man. So yeah. So all right, so make sure listen to the podcast on Friday. Comes out at 12:30 8 a.m. for some weird
Eastern
reason.
time, so it'll still be Friday.
That's right.
For
it'll be Thursday for out west.
Thursday, Thursday.
Yeah, that's right.
For
so
everybody out west.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. It'd be 9:30 out west on Thursday. So 12:30 Eastern, I should say. But yeah, you definitely want to check this one out. It was a fun episode. Like I said, I was kind of not leery, but kind of like, how are we going to pull this one off when we're not drinking their product? But we did, man. And like you said, Johnny's a great guy, very knowledgeable, and very happy to share his knowledge with you guys as well. So Matt, before we close it up, man, anything else you want to add?
No. I'm all set on that. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah.
And
definitely. Hey, thanks for checking out, and welcome back to the second episode of the Bourbon Life Postcast. We'll see you guys right here next week. Thanks.